You're
so
good.
Let me just check it. I'll see if it's in.
You're on.
All right, you on?
You're on.
All right. So we came over the other day. I usually don't do mobile anymore. But I have a couple buddies, and if the client's cool and shit, you guys know the deal. If you're cool, I hook you up. If you're not, I get you the fuck out. Anyway, so this car had a code 4, misfire, dizzy issue, this, that, the other, wiring's haggard. It's a fucking daily, it ain't no Ferrari. It's got a cool swap. Technically, if you had a bunch of junk wiring laying on there, if it was working, didn't cause you issues, everything else is cool, it's a daily, drive it. But you can zip tie the shit up clean. But basically, these are the things that I'm getting away from as far as ghetto fixes, half-assed. Like this car, Premier type would be complete redo. Minimum would still be a complete redo. But because this guy's an independent builder, he's a homie, and this is a situation where no matter how it goes, we're on the same page. Say I do something and it works out, but it's, I don't know, not up to the standard of what I want. It's soldered, it's heat shrunk, it's clean, but it's not clean enough. It don't look like no $500-600 harness. Well, that's why I'm not charging $500-600. That's why we're not doing it that way. That's why he's gonna handle it, and if he can't, I'll come do it. That's why with this situation, rather than change all the wiring, that's kind of more so what this video is about. So the car had a code 4, and last night we were talking about idling with like no idle air control valve, or controlling the idle with the tune, or doing other things with the tune, and not necessarily masking or covering up. You're almost manipulating the system and tricking it to work properly for you to get it to do what you need. So without too much explanation and without too much information, because this is stuff I charge for to educate, those tricks and stuff is what sets you know, tuners and calibrationists and all that apart. So as far as like these types of things. Now, client, right? No matter what, I have to do my best, this, that, the other. I end up becoming friends and getting close with a lot of my clients. What that allows us to do is take the approach of, hey, this isn't a Ferrari, this is kind of where I'm at, this is what I need to do, da-da-da-da-da. And although I have a certain level of doing things now that is different and better, and I have a different way of thinking, my troubleshooting and everything I do from a different, you know, mindset and angle, and not looking at them like they're Hondas and Chevys and this and that as much as I used to, which not very heavily, but now I'm looking at them more as a general, it's a car. You know, we have an issue, how do we approach it? What are the different ways to approach it? What are the options? What are the best? What's the cheapest? In this situation, there's a few things that I'm like, hey, these are kind of ghetto backyard, but this is going to solve this problem for you. And he's like, oh, I can go do that. So it's like, we really get through this shit. We don't need no help from nobody. I don't call nobody for help. And these cars are something that we can in-house handle 110%. Whether we have to send the block out and stuff out for machine, or order, or this or that, whether we make it or just bolt it on, you know, it's all handled by us. So in this situation, again, with the daily haggard wiring, this, that, shit's gonna get shoved under the mat. It is bad, but until we're gonna redo it, there'd be no point. So fixing this issue is gonna lead us to going farther, because the guy needs to drive it to make some money, and he also, you know, probably isn't trying to do all that when originally it was just, you know, hey, I need to do this, and drive the car, and then it was like, oh shit, now we have all these problems from it sitting or having electrical issues or whatever. So we're gonna get past it. We'll get going. Are you all right?
Yeah, it's just hot.
Yeah, all right.
It's hot.
So basically, I really want to share with you guys, and we'll get more into the education. I want to show you, you know, what I did to eliminate the code, as far as like on other ECUs it would be in limp mode. This situation, we get it past that, so we don't have that 3,500 RPM cut. And then what you actually do with the maps to get rid of that code, what that code causes, if it's safe to do that, all those types of things. So this is very much so no man's land, if you will. This is an area where people would mainly be like, oh, I'm not going to do it, that's not a good idea, I don't know, it wouldn't work, don't do that, stuff like that. So these are things that I don't, you know, send clients out packing on, this, that, the other. It's not a reliability thing, this, that. It's just what's right, what's good enough, what's bare minimum, you know, and we're past that. But when it comes to this stuff, if I give you a price and I go, hey, I got my Premier line, 110% how I would do it, which could be mild to wild, you know, barely anything to everything. Or I can look at your problems, take your goals, and do exactly what I would do that's needed, necessary, and then no extras other than I can, you know, give you some options. We can pick, choose, this, that. Premier is like, I'm 110% control of it. Normally, I'm just 100% in control of it. So, you know, this is a big deal. This is a huge change. I finally got things the way I need it to be, and this is really happening in the right way. It's not about volume, it's about quality. So this is going to be good. Really happy with my re-education and the things I'm doing right now to make myself smarter and more well-rounded and actually get somewhere. You know, I very much so know, I know that if you called all the people in Arizona to come help you with your car, that I'm probably the one that could take it the farthest, possibly get all the way through it, and solve all different corners of aspects with it. And at least bare minimum, I would save you on 3 people's jobs: the wiring person, the tuner, the builder, the person that's going to troubleshoot it, the fabricator, person that's going to do the fuel system, suspension, bushing, press, anything like that, except for basically the machine shop stuff on the motor, or something I guess else that would be out of our realm, which is like, I don't really want to paint your fucking car, so I guess that. But that means that everything else, we can take the car and 110% with our bullshit Chinese stuff build fucking 10-second race cars, which for a stock Honda to turn into that with some shit from eBay and in your garage, and then go, is it reliable, and was it cheap, and is it fast? Well, the car ran 16s or 17s stock, so 10s, yes, it's fast. Is it reliable? HFK, high boost, pushing it? Hell yeah, reliable. They've been proven for years. BDF, or BD, junk yourself. As far as you know, transmission shit, this, that, I call it consumables. So if the motor ain't popping and it's your driving style that's causing it to have a transmission failure and it's not just sheer power, at that point, just go to a fucking dog box anyways, then you're good. So I would say there is ultimate reliability with all our stuff. I drove Kane's transmission nice. When I broke a rod, I knew that I was in a scout of the rods. We basically pushed it to its limits of the turbocharger and the tune limits, and that's what happened. The rod went. It's the first thing to go with power. Piston break under that with any abuse, you know, detonation, lean mixture, this, that. So for the rod to go first and everything else, head gasket, rod, or piston, all that to be good, and the rod to go, that's a power thing. We know because we tested these engines. So if you go, hey, I want to run this turbo, this boost, I'd go, okay, probably about this power, this kind of torque. Tuning would probably be like this to keep it reliable versus pushing it ragged edge all over, make it reliable, be about 500 RPM behind the torque curve, behind the nodes, and keep it soft in the mid. And don't hit it till above 6 grand with the timing. Keep it rich. Like, I've been through the years of doing it, and I've done it all different ways. I've taken advice from people. I've taught myself and gotten information from that and done what I thought. And then I've just done, hey, what does it seem to want and like? And when I did that, I really found out how a D16, a B18, and an F22, and an H23, and a fucking K-Series are really different tuning. Not just, here's my Honda base map, oh, this spot's off, this spot's off, they said to do this with the timing. You're revving and going up in boost as you're revving on the dyno, and it gives you one line. How the fuck do you really know what column you're supposed to advance, and in your interpolations, what RPM you're supposed to advance? Let's get real here. Most of you guys, and most people, don't really understand what the fuck they're doing. When you take all the tools away and you have to do it with understanding, and you break shit and you keep going, you actually learn. So sometimes those tools can almost keep you at a point where you might never have learned, or you might never get to a limit. Even if you're maxing the car out on the dyno, you bring it to the street, I retune it, engine sounds happier, car makes maybe a little less power or even more. Chart looks smoother, drives better, runs better, engine's happier, and goes just as fast or faster at the track. There's a fucking issue. So I get done without a dyno because at the point we need the dyno, we will go. All of these cars are not at 100%. That means they're at 90%. The last 10 is that dyno. Most of the time, they're not at the boost level they want. It's not high enough to warrant us to go to the dyno. Technically, the car runs good. We went down on the timing, started, came up, and as soon as we felt any type of plateau, which doesn't mean I was advanced it till I didn't feel anything. I advanced it till when I gave it more timing, I went, oh, I didn't feel much, so we went back. All the cars are under advanced. I know when they have a hard time, at what RPM, what engine has a hard time, what's considered low to high load, where the car actually wants to be like transitioned in timing from where it needs to go high, low, high, or follow the nodes and actually have a shape. That's why I call it mapping the timing, correlating to low to high torque in the car. It doesn't matter the numbers, doesn't matter anything. Car's low torque, it's low timing. High torque, high RPM, high timing. Car's in an area where it's hard on the engine. That's a high, you know, risk of detonation, this, that, because it's making high torque, peak torque. All right, that area, 500 RPM and after, not just where it dips or flattens out. 500 RPM before and after, and 500 RPM after your peak torque hit is the only place I will fuck with timing. So I can give you guys these rules of thumbs to get by and stay reliable on the street. I can educate you this, that, but the shit ain't gonna be free and I ain't gonna be fucking disrespected. So as you can tell, this car had a code 4, wasn't running right, was in limp mode, this, that, the other, and simply with the laptop, nothing else changed. We technically could get around that and actually make the car run proper. And then when you're going, oh, well, that's a Dizzy code, how could it run proper, this, that, I know what the code's doing to the computer, I know the way to get around it, and I have a timing light to verify. So go fuck yourself, don't test, go away, bring money, because I can't hear you without that deposit. And unless you're gonna play ball with me and just fucking make it easy and trust and learn and actually give a fuck, you can either pay the money, step to the side, I'll still give you the educational material, teach you, and we're good. You can stand there, watch me learn, ask questions, and stand next to me every day, all day, while I'm working on your car, before, after, ask any question you want, look at my shit, drive my shit, try my shit, play with my shit, learn off me, use me, whatever, and all I will do is give you a price tag for what I think costs money. And a lot of that shit don't. So when I give you that high dollar bill to get you in the door and I charge you, just remember that in between, that shit evens out. This is what it is. I'm just like all you guys. I'm a regular fucking dude. We're past this point. Nobody needs to be notified further of any other fucking changes. So as of right now, I'm at a point where we're gonna move forward and we're not gonna stop. That means every day, all day. I've been waiting to put these videos up. I did a PSA the other day. I think it's still private, but shows that basically I was telling you, once these videos start and once I got my nut up, it wasn't gonna stop. TSX will be done in a few weeks. I have nothing else coming in right now, and anything I'm bringing in is because they've been waiting for months and I'm going, hey, yeah, bring it in. It's worth it. So let me know if you need anything. Take this as confidence, not cocky. I'm a little cocky. I'll definitely street race you. So let me know and keep an eye out for our videos. I appreciate you guys. I'm gonna burn a chip to this and we're gonna get out of here.
All gas, no